Good morning, good morning, good morning, everyone. This is Don Daniel. I am the founder of P.I.L.L Method International, a better way to eliminate debt. And today we are partnering with the Mortgage Syndicate this morning. Oh, I love being in this room. Listen, folks, come on in, come on in, come on in, come on in. Start sharing the room right now. This is a subject. Hank, good morning. He's watching us live on live on YouTube. All right, Hank. Good morning to you, sir. Good morning to you. So let me put it in the chat. So listen, if you're in here right now, go ahead and start sharing the room, please, because we've got some good information here. A lot of you are on Clubhouse right now. Okay. And I want to talk about the stories that some of you are actually telling me offline. How there are products and services that are being sold on Clubhouse right now. And some of you have actually tried those services and have not gotten your money's worth. So if you have a story like that, bring it to the stage, because what we're going to be talking about today is what the P.I.L.L method can do. And not so much what it is that we do, but what we guarantee. We guarantee your results. It's not hazy. It's not fuzzy. It is in writing. And it doesn't, you won't see anything like, results may vary. You may not get these typical results. You're not going to get that. Okay. If we send you data based on numbers, you see, people lie, but numbers don't lie. If we send you those numbers and we say, if you follow our program, you will get these numbers. Listen, but Don, you mean if you tell me I can get out of debt in 7.3 years, that means I can do that? If I continue to work the program and my income doesn't go away? I said, yeah, I can guarantee. In fact, we will probably do better than that. We under promise and over deliver. If I can take a 30-year mortgage and say I'm going to pay it off in 7.3 years, usually we're done before that, because you're following the program, and then there's parts of the program that you don't even know about yet, that is designed to save you even more time and more money. You see, it's based on what we're doing, folks, is we're basing this on math. That's how the banks take a 3% mortgage and turn it into a 51% mortgage. It's math. This is how they take a 4% mortgage and turn it into paying them back 72% of what you borrowed. Or a 5% mortgage and then pay them back 93% of what you borrowed. What? Yeah. If you borrow $100,000 from the bank for a mortgage for 30 years, they want $93,000 interest on a $100,000 loan. And you're going to look at me and say, that's crazy. It is crazy. Okay, so listen, if you got a question about this or anything else, raise your hand, come to the stage, and we're going to go over some of these things right now. But I want to tell you, here's what I want to tell you. Our program offers you a lifetime guarantee. Your lifetime. Who else does that? Oh, I see Nibia in here right now. Good morning to you. Good morning to you, ma'am. I'm so glad you're here. I see Armin is in here. Jonathan is in here. I see Swift. I don't think I know you, man. Listen, obviously we're following each other, right? So let's, because I'm definitely following you. All right. So we got to talk. Folks, this is important. Here's what I mean, and please hear me clearly. If you have a mortgage, student loans, credit cards, and car loans, when you become our client, we're going to give you an analysis and a comparative. We're going to give that to you. And we're going to tell you how much interest you've already paid. We're going to tell you how much interest we're going to save you. And we're going to tell you the month, day, and year you're going to be out of debt. What? The month, day, and year. And we're going to predict that ahead of time. So if you're supposed to be out of debt in 9 years, we're going to give you the month, day, and year. We have to meet that deadline or before, or your money back. Boom. Just like that. Oh, I'm not done. But Don, if I pay off my mortgage, you said it's a lifetime program, then how does that work? Well, what if you get another mortgage? With the same program, without spending an extra dollar, we'll guarantee that outcome as well when that new information is put into the program. We'll guarantee that. We'll guarantee that you can access the program. We're going to guarantee that. Well, what about the second house and the third house and the fourth house and the fifth house? We'll guarantee all of that for the rest of your natural life. What other program does that and doesn't charge you a single dime after that? Listen, I got my engineer here, and we're going to put something on the screen here. And I want to show you, because this is our 17th year in business, And I want to show you something. I'm going to put it on the screen. And listen, folks, come up. And then I'm going to show you some examples of what we give our clients. Okay. We're going to give you some examples of what we give our clients so that they can have it in their hot little hands, what we're going to do for them. And because people lie, but numbers don't lie. People lie, but numbers don't lie. So what are we going to do? Let me put this up on the screen. Oh man. So we're going to put up a new window here. And move this out of the way. Slide this over to this screen. And let me see here. And I'm going to share this screen, just like Kurt taught me. I got to give a shout out to Kurt. All right. Kurt Nugent, I'm telling you, he is awesome when it comes to this kind of thing. I mean, he's got so much content out there. He's working with people like Amazon, and he's doing unboxing shows. He's doing product shows. He is so popular that they send him stuff. Kurt, is that right? Do they send you free stuff just so that you can open it up online and show people and sell that information? Oh my gosh. And guess what? He doesn't have to send it back. He's got so much stuff going on. He's got clients just like me that he helps put this stuff on screen. So we got this on screen right now. This is from my website. Oh, and I'm going to tell you one thing. All right. Kurt is from a technology-based family. His wife built this website for me, for our company. Okay. So she takes care of the website. Kurt makes sure that this message gets out to all of you over the last year. I mean, and listen, all kinds of things are happening. But listen, I want to point this out to you. Look at this beautiful website. Look at this. Listen, she even makes me look good. My goodness. And then we got and I want to show you something about putting up a website. Make it clean, make it clear. Make it clean and make it clear. If you want to see what we're doing, folks, go to YouTube right now on a secondary device. And then when you get there, search P.I.L.L method and you'll see our live show. All right. When you get there and you'll see our live show. Go to P.I.L.L. Also, we're on Kirk makes sure that we're on not only YouTube, but Facebook and Twitter and LinkedIn as well. And we're on Clubhouse. It's all simultaneous. I wish I knew how to do all this stuff. But you know what? I don't need to know. I just need to know Kurt Nugent. Kurt, Go ahead, man, and put your digital card up there. So all I have to say is, Kurt, put your digital card up, and he will somehow magically put it on the screen so you can see stuff. Oh my goodness! So watch this. So I came to the website to show you. Do you see where it says "Get a Savings and Earnings Report"? All my program, all is clean. It's clear. It says easy to use dashboard. Okay. It says the P.I.L.L method. Watch here. That's all. It's clean. It's clear. It's not busy. It doesn't have a whole lot of stuff. I learned this from I can't remember Donald. What's his name? Dang it. I have to get the book. I have to do another show on a guy who teaches you how to set up your website. So it's only got one button. Get a savings and earnings report. It's not busy. It doesn't do a whole lot of other stuff to confuse you. It gives you one direction right in the middle of the screen. I'm telling you, when I changed to something that was clean, that was clear, that was obvious to do, and then you do this, and then the people don't get confused. It says it only has one button here. Do that, and you're good. So, but if you want to see anything else, you got to scroll all the way down. See, there's my book. See, I don't busy up the first page here with a whole bunch of stuff. If you want to see anything else, you got to scroll down. All right. Get a savings and earnings report. View a savings report. We're going to show you what a savings report looks like. We're going to show you what the opportunity cost calculator looks like. We're going to show you my book on the website. Okay. But I want to scroll all the way down here to a link to the Better Business Bureau, because we've been in business going on 17 years now. In April of this year, it'll be 17 years. So we're going to go to Better Business Bureau, and I want to show you something. When somebody tells you they're going to guarantee your results, okay, and put it in writing. All right. Here's what you see when you go to our Better Business Bureau. Right there, folks. Right there. I got 6 of you online looking at this. It says accredited business, accredited since been in business 16 years, and A+ rating. I'm going to scroll down to look at customer reviews. Okay, we got only 5-star reviews. Look at this. I want to see. Here's what I want to zero in on. Do you see where it says customer complaints? Customer complaints. There are a lot of good companies out there, a ton of good companies out there, but they have complaints. A good company. Good morning, Daniel. He's watching us from YouTube. Good morning, Daniel. And then I want to say good morning to everybody else on Clubhouse as well. But they have they have complaints, but they resolve their complaints. A good company will find out what the problem is and resolve the complaint. Okay. Daniel says he's on he's on Clubhouse as well. But folks, here's what I'm saying. The P.I.L.L method over 16 years has no complaints. 0 complaints. 0. What we tell you, we do. We got people on stage right now that are using the program, and they will be able to tell you. I can't tell you who they are, but they can tell you who they are if they choose to raise their hand, come to the stage, and tell you that what we say we do. Okay, there's not a lot of companies out there. I've heard some stories out there. So if you have a story about a company that is, we don't want to get any names, but we need to hear from you. Are you getting what you pay for when you contract with somebody? That's important. All right. So raise your hand, come to the stage, and let me say good morning to everybody here on Clubhouse as well. Good morning, everybody on Clubhouse. I need you to go in. Robert Max says, many people lose money on investments because they don't have the minimum duration. Well, okay. So don't come in here and try to sell stuff. Okay. You're the kind of person we're talking about. Okay. Get out of here. So I just eliminated. Don't come in my room to sell stuff, please. Okay. Start up your own room. Invite people in, and they'll come in, and you can talk about what you sell all day long, but don't come in here and do that. All right, folks. So Anivia says Grand Rising. Daniel says hello. Steve says Grand Rising. Nibia says, oh, boom, just like that. All right. And Armand shared the room. All right, folks, continue to share the room. All right, because I'm getting ready to put something on the screen right now that what our clients get to see. Okay. I'm going to start out with a commercial loan that we have. We're going to put that on the screen, and I'm going to slide that over. Okay, there we are. This is an example of what we call an analysis. We do an analysis for every single client. This particular analysis says that over on the left here, that there's two mortgages in here, and they total $2,236,376. Okay, payment $14,696 a month for the two mortgages. So when we get down in here, I need you to start seeing, okay? This is the kind of information we provide. Having debt is no walk in the park. This month, you'll pay over $8,000, over $8,000 in interest alone. What? That's 55% of your monthly payment gone. Boom. So we share that kind of information. So I need you to take a look at the next row. And over on the left side, we have the bank's plan. All right. And then in the middle, we have the P.I.L.L method plan. And then we talk about what your savings are. So right now, the bank wants this investor, even though this investor, his monthly payment is a little over $14,000, but he's making over $50,000 a month on his commercial buildings because they're commercial buildings. Look at here, $57,882.67. So you would think that most real estate investors would be satisfied with that. I'm paying $14,000 on the mortgage, but I'm pulling in $57,800 a month in rents. But that's where most real estate investors stay. Okay. But when he read my book, he says, I never paid attention to the interest. I was just totally satisfied with how much we were making on this thing. So here's the thing. The bank wants a total of the principal and the interest combined, $3,359,000. Okay, $3,359,000. Out of that, here is the total amount of interest. We break this down for our clients. You're supposed to pay $1,123,195 in interest. And he really didn't pay attention to that before. Why? Because he's paying a little over $14,000, but he's making over $50,000 a month in rents. So he was happy until he read my book. He says, you mean I can actually save on that interest without, listen, I need everybody to write this in the chat, without, put it in the chat, without. I don't have to use the monies I've earmarked for reinvesting. I want to be able to reinvest the money that I'm bringing in. You can save interest and reinvest every single dime you intended to invest. Boom. Just like that. What? Now, what kind of magic are you doing? It's not magic, folks. It's just math. It's just math. Dre Mims, watching us on Clubhouse, watching us on YouTube, says powerful stuff. I'm excited about becoming a property owner. Do you see that? Once you know the truth about these things, you can be excited about being a property owner. Raise your hand. Come to the stage. If you have a question, even a comment. All right, now watch this, folks. Now remember, if you're new to the room and you want to see this, go to YouTube on your secondary device. All right, your computer or your laptop, right? And or a tablet or something, or a secondary phone, and you can see these examples. Right now, watch this. We're going to get him down to not $1 million in interest, but we're going to get him down to only paying $231,468 in interest. Okay. Now that's amazing. But do you know what is even more amazing? I guarantee these numbers. I guarantee these numbers. Wow. Okay. Now here's what we're now listen. Here's what's so here's something else we provide. If this real estate investor had this loan set up this way from the bank, do you know what the interest rate would have had to be from the bank to get these results? The interest rate would have had to be, watch this, I'm highlighting it here for you, 0.67%. That is the effective interest rate. Let me see if I can blow that up just a little bit. Yeah, that's a little better. That's a little better. 0.67% interest. That's called the effective interest rate. That's what you get when you do the math and figure out how much interest you don't have to pay. You do not, and I will repeat, you do not have to pay all of this interest, and we guarantee your results, or you don't pay. Boom. Okay, now 231,000. So, folks, here's what happens. $891,726 in interest savings we're going to create for this real estate investor. And what happens when you don't have to pay all of that interest? So he's supposed to be paid off in 21.9 years. We're going to show him how he can get paid off without using any monies that have been earmarked for reinvesting. He's going to reinvest what a ton of money he's bringing in. He's going to still reinvest it, but he's going to pay off both mortgages in 4.9 years instead of 21.9 by working with us. Now, once they receive this, once a client receives this and they start the program, this turns into a legal document as soon as they start. Right here, right now. That is strong. All right? Listen. So this turns into a legal document. So he's going to be out of debt in 4.9. Do you know how many years that saves him? 17 years. 17 years. I'm going to listen, we have a second page to this I'm going to break down for you. If you're new to the room, thank you very much for coming in. Then go to YouTube so you can see what we're doing. Find the P.I.L.L method on YouTube on a secondary device, and you can see what we're talking about right now, because Latrey just came into the room. Debbie just came into the room. Paul just came into the room. I'm going to go ahead and share on Clubhouse. They need to get in here, pay off your debt with the P.I.L.L method, and we will guarantee your results. Do you know who else got guaranteed results? Do you know someone that you probably know got guaranteed results? And we've actually exceeded the results that we gave this individual. His name is Dr. Eric Thomas. Yes, that's right. E.T., the hip hop preacher, going around the country, the #1 motivational speaker in the entire world. This is what he has to say about the P.I.L.L method. And then I will show you the second page of what's going on here. E.T., what's up?
Listen to me, y'all. But one of his mentees took us through one of their programs, and I paid off my mortgage. But guess what happened? My marriage went to a whole nother level. And you know why? Because my wife is a security freak. And even when I blew up, my wife would be like, oh, you blew up, but how long is you gonna keep making this kind of money? I was like, I don't know, forever. She's like, you sure? Because I'm gonna keep my license as a nurse just in case you don't. So when I paid the house off, my boy was like, you ain't gotta do that, you can do this. But when I paid the house off using that program, it took the stress level all the way down from my wife because we no longer had a mortgage. Does that make sense? That thing that was coming every month, that was getting on her nerves, we didn't have that no more. And so she was at rest.
Folks, you heard it. You heard it. If you want, I'm going to be doing a lot of talking here, but if you want to know the month, day, and year you could be debt free, just like E.T. All right. And let me tell you this. Some people may be wondering, but are too polite to ask. Did we give our program to ET? The answer is no. Everybody buys it. Okay. Did we give it to him? No, we did not. Did we pay him to say what he said? Again, no, we did not. We don't do paid endorsements. There you are. In fact, when he said this and it was recorded, I had no idea he was going to say it because he didn't have to. He chose to. He didn't have to say it. It was a surprise to everybody there. Kurt was in the room because he was running all the technology that we had there to make sure that this information gets out to everybody. Kurt Nugent, listen, man, if you can, listen, I know you're busy doing other stuff, but if you can get on your microphone, because listen, he can do this. Do you know Kurt can do this from anywhere in the world? He can run this as long as he's got an internet connection. He's got a go bag. What? A go bag. So when somebody calls him, he just picks up his bag and go. Okay. He doesn't have, where's all my stuff? Where's my technical stuff so I can do this from the road? No, it's in a bag already. So he grabs the bag and goes. So I don't know. Listen, he could be in his studio. He could be anywhere in the world right now. I never know. But Kurt, if you can, come on and you can tell the folks what you witnessed at that time when ET said what he said. So listen, he's coming in. He's coming in. He's getting ready. Listen, folks, I want you to know how you can get this for yourself. If you go to ice10k.com, or I'm going to put it at the top of the page here. Okay, let's go ahead and put that, pin the link, ice10k.com, ice10k.com. All right. And click on that link. You will see a button that says get a savings and earnings report, or you can go straight to the website. You can go straight to the website. You know, Kurt, when I say stuff, Kurt just puts it on the screen. And you know how listen, Kurt, let me finish this story. I get so excited.
No, please finish. Yeah.
I tell half the story, then I start a new story. Because I'm ADD. And I have Asperger's, or I'm autistic. So I'm all over the place. All right. So just rein me in, Kurt. Rein me in, man.
Here we go.
Rein me in. All right. So if you want to have this for yourself, then go to my website, pillmethod.com, or go to the link here that you see at the top of the page, ice10k.com. That's my digital card. And you'll see a button that says get a savings and earnings report. Fill out all the information. And when you fill it out, then you will be let into our financial form. Then get the financial form, fill that out too, put your debt in there. And the more debt, the better. Don't leave anything out. We love it when you list all of your debts. You know, I talk to people all the time, and the average family has 13 different debts. Put it all in. The more debt, the better. And they said, how is that better? Because of the math involved. We'll teach you. That's part of what we do. We not only give you the technology, we give you new financial education that goes along with everything. So when you get that, and then we will tell you the month, day, and year you'll be debt free and how much interest you could save. Once we tell you how much interest you can save, we're going to show you how much money that could possibly earn for you if you invested that interest savings instead of giving it to the bank. We're going to cut your interest saving by about 75%. Lord have mercy. I see some people from another room I was in a little while ago. Listen, raise your hand, come to the stage, and give us your comments. All right. So, Kurt,
Amen.
Listen, we also have a book. He's going to put that on the screen. Hey, I saw Miss Karen in the other room. Miss Karen, if you want to come to the stage, you have some good stuff to say. All right. We have a book that's been a 5-time bestseller on Amazon. And let me tell you something about this book. You can search far and wide. You can do whatever search you want. You will not find one other book on Amazon, or anywhere else for that matter, that teaches you how an amortization schedule actually works and how to defeat it. how you can make it work for you. We're going to show you the math involved in that, because the bank's math ain't mathing. That's going to be our next show on Wednesday. The bank's math ain't mathing. All right, I already got it listed out. The bank's math ain't mathing. I'm going to show you how. And it's right there in this book. This book is the only one on Amazon out of 33 million titles that breaks this subject down. Let me ask you, have you ever had a class on amortization, on how to borrow money at a discount? Have you ever had a class that you can take this loan that you have and then legally not pay the bank 75% of the interest they were looking for without disrupting your budget? We're going to use the same budget. You don't need more money to get out of debt. We're going to show you the timing involved so that you can avoid paying the interest. It makes it impossible for them to charge you that interest. So I got Kurt Nugent on the screen. He's going to come up here. Kurt, hey, you were in the room.
Oh, yeah. I was there.
When E.T., I mean, even your kids took a picture with E.T.
That's correct. That's correct. And let me tell you, I was involved in the planning. I was involved, of course, in setting up all the graphics, the technical pieces for the event. And what none of us could ever have prepared for was him saying, I used the P.I.L.L method to pay off my house, and that took my marriage to the next level. You could almost like audibly see the room, like, not because Don was not aware. We just didn't know he was going to say it. And so, yeah, some people may say like, oh, there's no way you got the #1 motivational speaker in the world to get on video, on camera and say that. Not only did we not ask him to, we didn't know he was going to say it. I mean,
didn't know.
We didn't even know. It was one of those things that just kind of happened. And after he said it, folks kind of looked at one another like, wow. I will tell you this, folks. We had several cameras there. We had an event in Nashville last May. We had everything in place. We had the sound in place. We had a company come in that did a 2-camera shoot. All right, on ET. I mean, we got close-ups, we got everything. We had Kurt there with his camera, so we were actually live streaming the event as well. That's right. So we had all of that set up, and we captured that, and then we had to ask for permission to use it as in our marketing. And ET, you know what he asked for? You know what he asked? He said, "Tag me on it." That's all he asked for. He said, "Tag me on it, would you?" And we did. He didn't ask for $1. Do you know how? Listen, we're running this in our local market on TV. It has been our most successful television commercial to date. And all he asked for was to tag him on it. Kurt, you didn't even know that. No, I did not know he asked you to do that. I knew we got permission. Yeah. But I had no idea that was his response. That is amazing, man. It just speaks to, quite literally, it speaks to the relevance of the product. It is not a lot of people. So let me say this from this perspective. Most times I come on here and I talk to technical pieces. I want to share with you guys just my experience, because I say this to Don all the time. I'm trying to give him hot leads. I'm trying to give him leads that, people who have been vetted, people that I've talked to, and they're like, "What are you doing again? What method is that?" And so I share with them, just like he has said several times, I share with them the videos, and I say, "Man, listen, if this is something that you're interested, if you're ready to move, let me know. I'll put you in contact with him, and you can move forward." But one of the responses I get from folks after they've watched the videos, after they're convinced this is good, they say, "Oh, well, I'm just too broke," or "Well, I make enough money, so I'm okay." Well, do you make enough money? Do you make as much money as Eric Thomas does? I'm trying to balance it for folks. It's like, you're counting yourself out, but I'm not certain you want to do that, because even somebody like Eric Thomas found value in being able to control how much interest he's paying by using this system. At the end of the day, I tell my kids this, and I think we all agree, it's about having all the information so that you can make the best decision. That's what it's really about. And so what I'm saying to folks is, if you don't have an opportunity cost calculator, you actually don't have all the information. So you actually can't make the best decision. That's really, for me, what it all boils down to. I want to be able to make the best decision for my family, for generations to come. And I don't have all that information because I don't have anybody that's giving it to me. The banks are simply keeping this hidden, almost in plain sight. And so, yeah, yes, I'm Don's producer, and I'm excited to be able to share in that way. But also, I am a client. We have our sessions with him, with him or one of our other coaches regularly. We have our opportunity cost calculator. My wife and I go through that along with our bills every month, and we get a chance to see in real time what the different financial moves that we are making and how they are having impact on our overall goals. Paid off a car, that shifts things around in the thing. Credit cards are coming down. And as that money, we're able to move things. You're able to see it happening. And I'm telling you, we've been on for about a year now, and it has helped us tremendously. So I just want to share that. I want to add that to the conversation today. I know that Don is sharing some stories that he is hearing as he's working with you guys, as he's getting comments on videos. But I wanted to share from my perspective some of the things that I have seen and experienced. I want to confirm for you guys, man, nothing was paid for. It's not paid for. Eric Thomas did that out of out of the goodness of his heart, because he had a real experience with this program. And I want to share from my real experience as well.
Thank you, sir. Thank you. Listen, folks, we're going to get back into this thing. Listen, if you're new to the room, go to YouTube and you can watch us. We're also on we're on YouTube, Facebook, Twitter, and LinkedIn with the live video feed. And we're just talking about this particular real estate investor who has, if you're new to the room, over $2,200,000 in mortgages, paying $14,696 a month. Bringing in $57,800 a month. So he's cash flowing quite well, and he was doing quite well. But we showed him how he can save $891,000 in interest. That's almost $1 million in interest he doesn't have to pay.
Do you have that? Do you have that screen?
Oh, do I?
No, I'm asking. Do you have it shared?
No, not.
Okay.
We have it shared. Yeah.
Okay. I didn't see it. It was at the bottom. My bad.
There it is. Okay. Yeah, we got so many screens open. Okay. All right. So here we go, folks. Here we go. So we've got here's what we're looking at. The bank wanted $1,123,000 in interest. This particular investor is only going to pay $231,468 in interest or less. Okay. And general, it is going to be less because we under promise and over deliver. He will pay less than that following our program. All right. Now, and so some folks will say, well, Don, well, shoot, if he's making $57,000 and he's only paying $14,000, he's going to take some of that extra money and put it on the debt. Nope. No, he says, listen, I put about $6,500 in a fund. Okay. I put about $6,500 in a fund so I can do repairs and maintenance on my buildings. All the rest of the money I want to invest. You can't use a dime of that money. He told me I couldn't use a dime of the money. He needs to reinvest. I showed him how he can leverage some of the money that he has in that fund sitting in a bank making 0.1%, just waiting for something to go wrong. Okay, that's what we told him. Now, here's what we're talking about. He's supposed to pay off in 21.9 years. He will now pay off these two properties in 4.9 years, saving him 17 years. The interest saved over the next 17 years, we're going to show him how it can turn into $9,300,000 $314,909. You see, folks, the extra interest you're paying the bank that you don't need to pay them, what are they going to do with that money? What will the bank do with the in this case, 79% interest savings, 79% more interest than he needed to pay? What is the bank going to do with that $891,000? You better believe it. The bank is going to invest that money. If he doesn't have to pay it to acquire the same asset, can he also invest that money? You better believe he can, and he will. He says he had no idea how much money he was leaving on the table, even though he made a great investment in these two buildings. He had no idea how much money he was throwing away, millions of dollars. You see, when you pay that money, you can't also invest that money. And now you can take that money that you would have paid in interest to acquire that asset. You can now invest it in other properties or whatever, and then turn and you see this $9 million that I showed him? He was blown away when I told him over the next 17 years. Yeah, that's only at 1% return on your money. Oh! I need you to see this. I need you to see this over to the right. $9,314,000. This is your savings with a 1% return. Imagine if you're getting higher interest rates for investing. This is 1%. Folks, this is what we do for our clients. So now I want to show you what happens when you become one of our clients. And I'm going to break this down for you. I got a few people in here right now. Hi, Miss Yolanda from Michigan. I see you in there. All right. Hello, Miss Brenda. I see you guys in there. All right. So continue to share the room, folks. I can't see the shares, but I can check the insights. And the insight says we have 9 shares. Please continue to share the room. Other people want to know this. And I've never done this. This is the first time I've done this. And it just occurred to me that if I'm telling people our program is guaranteed, why don't you show what people can expect in writing? So we'll put it up here. We're going to show you P.I.L.L method limited warranty. It is on the screen right now. Okay. So I need you to do how long does the coverage last? The warranty lasts as long as the customer uses the program. All right. That's it. You use it in the program, coverage lasts. How long do you want to use the program? You can use it for a lifetime. All right. What will the P.I.L.L method do? All right. So here's what we're looking at. The P.I.L.L method will refund. Look here. The P.I.L.L method will refund the purchase price of the program, excluding any finance charges that have been paid if the customer is not able to access the program. The P.I.L.L method will troubleshoot the customer's issues. All right. If it is determined, let's see. That's these lawyers. I'm telling you. Let me see. What is the good part here? All right. You need to know what if you get. Listen. What does the warranty cover? Customer warranty, as shown. You know, I hardly ever read this thing, but as accurate based financial. Oh, okay. Here we go. Warranties the customer's years to pay off. We will warranty the years to pay off, as shown on the P.I.L.L method program, as accurate based upon the financial data provided by the customer and customers following the prompts and money transfers as directed by the program. Additionally, the P.I.L.L method warranties that the customer will be able to access the software over the internet via the web portal that we provide, or through a downloadable format at the sole discretion of the company, and that customers' personal data will be stored and on protected, secure servers. So, folks, here it is. When we give you those numbers, we have to meet that. There's no language in here that says, well, your results may vary. No double speak, no double talk. You will get what you paid for or your money back. And in 17 years, how many times over hundreds of thousands of clients, how many have had to exercise this? Not one. Let me give you a little bit more advice. We're going to take this down, Kurt. We're going to take it down. All right. We're going to put something else up. Okay. Let's minimize this. Let me show you something else. We're going to go back to the internet here. Let me see here. We're going to duplicate this tab. All right. It's from our, and then just Google P.I.L.L method. And I'm Googling P.I.L.L method. And when you see it, here, P.I.L.L method comes up. And this is all you see. When you Google P.I.L.L method, this is all you see. You will not find, okay? Here's what you won't find. You will not find, and I'm not taking credit for this. I absolutely praise the Lord for the fact that when you Google P.I.L.L method, you will not find one negative word from any client that we've ever had, ever. Not one negative word about the program. The program works as promised. Where else have you seen that in life? Okay. Oh, thank you, Yolanda. Oh my goodness. I love that. Thank you, Yolanda. Listen, folks, where else can you see that? Huh? Where else can you see that? Where you can actually literally, as far as you can look, no matter what search engine you use. What if we went over to Bing? Let's bring up Bing, B-I-N-G, because Bing is coming along, folks. Bing is, listen, they're trying to become an up and comer. The P.I.L.L method. We're going to put the P.I.L.L method in there. Boom. We're going to pull it up. And again, top of the page, P.I.L.L method. You know, you would think contraception would be first. Do you know what this means? That our SEO is stronger than contraception. What? What is going on here? Look, P.I.L.L method. I'm being. This is all you get. All you get when you get the P.I.L.L method. That's what you get. P.I.L.L method, P.I.L.L method, P.I.L.L method, and then later on you start getting contraception. But we're at the top, folks. This is what you get when you're getting the P.I.L.L method. You're getting a quality company. You're getting customer service. That's there. When we pull up, let me take you to our logon page for our clients. Let me show you something here. I've never showed this before. I don't know why I've never showed this before. This is my logon to my program. Okay. It says, welcome back. And then do you see this over here? Okay. When we pull this up, we click on that and it says, we're open from 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. Mountain Time. Here's our 800 number. When that number is called Monday through Friday, someone answers the phone, not email. Do you know how many companies out there right now, they only do email customer service? Or you leave a message and somebody has to call you back 3 days later when you don't need the information anymore. You call this number and someone answers the phone and answers your question. And if they can't answer your question, they kick it up to a coach. And so we have customer service and coaches on our program. customer service. They do basic information, and they take care of how the program functions. Your coach helps you to come up with strategies and to give you advice that you probably never even thought of. I told a story the other day about somebody who was purchasing a car, and we showed them how that what was better. They were going to go in and pay for the car cash and not have any interest to pay. We showed them how borrowing the money was cheaper than paying cash. And they never thought about this. We offer information to our clients that they're not going to get anywhere else. It's a brand new kind of financial education and all of this. And we even provide video training. All right. Video training here on how the program works, as well as live training on when our clients go online and they ask for help, they can get live video training right there and to get help with their program. Yeah, we use Zoom, we use GoToMeeting, and you can get that that kind of personalized help from our company. This is what we base everything on. All right. So folks, let me show you what else we're doing for our clients. Let me give you some other examples of what we're doing for our clients. Let's bring this back up. All right. So here's another client. All right. And here is a client example of what we do for our clients that we give them. This is called a comparative. All right. So a brand new mortgage, the mortgage is $156,000. So when we're meeting with a client for the first time, they give us the information that they give us their information when they log into our website. They give us their information. Our staff takes the information and produces what we call a comparative. Why do we call it a comparative? Because we're going to compare what we do with what the bank is doing. All right. So on a 30-year mortgage, $156,000, here's what the bank wants to do. We point out in the first 5 years of the mortgage you just signed, you're going to pay this loan down by $14,949.52. But here's how much interest you will pay in the first 5 years, $29,879.48, and your interest rate was 4%. So we're showing the client this, and this is information that most people never see or notice. They have no idea how much interest they're paying over a certain period of time. Our system adds it up for you and gives it to you. All right. And here is based on how the loan works. Here's how the math works. You will pay this loan down by $15,000. So when you're paying it down by about $15,000, that's your equity. How much does your equity cost in interest cost? In this case, $29,879.48. I need you all to put this in the chat. Do you believe that almost $30,000 is too much interest to pay your loan down by 15 grand? If you believe that's true, put a number 1 in the chat. Put a number 1 in the chat. If right now, if you believe 29,000, and listen, this is not 10% interest. This is 4%. This is what the bank is doing. The interest rate you're quoted is not the interest rate you pay. $30,000 to pay a loan down by 15 grand in just 5 years at 4% interest. If you believe that is too much to pay, put a number 1 in the chat. Also, if you're watching us online, put it in the comment section. Put it in the comment section. Okay. Daniel said he had to run. Listen, Listen, I appreciate you for coming in here. I appreciate you, Daniel, for coming in. Yolanda says, look at that. Look at that. Jonathan Jones says number one. Armin puts in a number one online. He says, yes, that's way too much money. But guess what, folks? Everybody's doing it. And they believe this is the right thing to do, is to give the bank this money at 4%. Listen, right now, interest rates are 7%. And people will cut off their right arm to get this 4% interest rate just so that they can pay twice for their house. I got $14,000 worth of pay down, but it's also going to cost me $30,000 in interest. So in the first 5 years, they're going to pay back, they're going to pay out of their hard-earned money $44,829 in the first 5 years. And out of the $44,829, only $14,949 pays down the house. The rest went to the bank. Folks, is that how you want to use your money? All right. Kay goes, is this the same pill that can help? Oh my goodness. Get out of here. You can go. You can go. All right. So anyway, I'm telling you, these folks are crazy. All right. So Dre Mim says, gives a number one. So here we're showing what the 4% will actually do. 71 point, the 4% really is 71.87%. That's how much interest the bank wants you to pay. 71%, 71.87%, almost 72% of what you borrowed, the bank wants you to pay that in interest. That's what I'm talking about. Let me see here. I've got to do something here, folks. There we go. All righty. See ya. All right. We had to remove somebody from the room. All right. There we go. All right. Excellent. All right. So here's what we're talking about. 71%. Do we want to pay that? Do we want to pay the bank 71% of what we borrowed, even though they told us is 4% interest? So from this point on, from that point, from 5 years on, the bank wants another $112,477.46 interest on this loan. Here's what I need to tell you, folks. Here's what I need to tell you. You work with the P.I.L.L method on this loan. Instead of giving the bank $112,000, you will only pay out $28,050.40 to manage this loan, and not pay it off in 30 years, but pay it off in 6.7 years. And guess what? We guarantee these numbers. No other program that's out there right now will guarantee telling you the month, day, and year you're going to get out of debt. They won't guarantee how much interest you're going to save. They will not guarantee anything except they will send you a bill. They'll guarantee that. Okay? We guarantee your results when you follow the program, or your money back in writing. I don't know how much clearer we can make that. Let me give you another example of, here is another client. All right. They already had their mortgage when they met us. They had it for 14 months. So what we did was we showed them, how much interest have you paid already? And I love these kind. All right. How much interest have you paid already? And in 14 months, you paid down your loan by $3,844. See, listen, folks, this interest rate is 4.375. This particular client was totally okay with signing this mortgage. Totally okay with signing it. And then they found out that there could be a better way to do this. So they contacted us after they've been in their loan for 14 months. And we showed them, this is how much you paid your loan down by, but this is how much interest you paid. Every time a client sees how much interest they actually paid to pay down the principal that they just paid down, this is your equity. It is the difference between how much you owe and how much the property is worth. You paid it down you reduced how much you owe by $3,800. That means you've increased your equity by $3,800, but it cost you $10,000 in interest to do it. So, folks, let me ask you, do they really have equity if it costs you 10 grand to get it? You tell me. Put it in the chat, yes or no. Do you really have $3,800 in equity if you just paid $10,000 in interest to get it? And I know you've never heard it like this before. I know you never heard, but you need to. Everyone who is using the bank's money, you deserve to know that you can borrow it at a discount. And stop buying your money at retail. Get it at wholesale. Follow the P.I.L.L method. We will help you. P.I.L.L stands for prepayment of principal, isolating the principal amount, leverage, and liquidity. We're going over how you can understand how banking actually works. Oh my goodness. All right. So here's the rest of the story. We also show the effective interest rate. It's not 4.375. With this, the bank wants almost 80% of what you borrowed in the form of interest. All right. So you've already paid $10,000 in interest. Then we go to the next line and show. And if you're new to the room and you want to see this, go to YouTube, Twitter, LinkedIn, or Facebook and search P.I.L.L method. And then you can watch us live. Okay. You can watch us live. All right. Watch this. And then we show this. How much interest does the lender want you to pay from this point on? $161,892. Folks, these numbers can be verified even at the bank because with their calculators, they can tell you how much interest you're supposed to pay on these. Our numbers are going to be exactly the same as theirs. What they can't tell you, what their computers and their calculators are not prepared to tell you, is how much interest you can actually save by doing certain things. Their computers are not designed for that. Why are not the bank's computers? Listen, if you give the bank $500 today, if you call up your bank or credit union tomorrow, and say, if I put an extra $500 on my mortgage, how much interest will I save? No one in the whole place will be able to tell you because their computers aren't set up to give you that information. Could the bank owners, could the mortgage company owners, could they supply that information? Yeah, they could. But they don't. They don't want this information in the hands of their employees so that when you call, you can find out that $500 would save you a ton of interest. They don't want you to know that. So their employees aren't set up to tell you. Do you know how many people I've shown this to and then they call their bank and they said, Don, I really like your information. And I took it to the bank and they didn't know what I was talking about. They didn't know anything about prepaying the principal and saving interest. The person I was talking to never even heard of it. Well, it's that way for a reason. It's that way for a reason. So watch this. So now, after we show them how much interest the bank wants them to pay, then we're going to show them how much interest you will actually pay to pay off not just the mortgage, but your car loans, your student loans, your credit cards, all of your debt. Okay? All of your debt that we're going to show you how to do that. Isn't that amazing? Isn't that amazing? So now here's the last line. Here's the last line, what we show. And this is great. This is great. The bank on the left side, we ask you, which side do you prefer? What your lenders want you to pay. They want you to pay $161,892 in interest to pay off your $237,000 that you owe. Then you have to add these two together. The 161,000 and the 237. That's what you're actually paying for that house. That's almost paying for the house twice. Anybody here interested in paying for your house twice? You can put a yes or a no in Crystal, what are you doing down there? Please. I saw you pop in. Crystal, how are you doing this morning?
Good morning. How are you?
I am doing well. I'm doing well. Listen, I'm doing better than well. This year is going to be a great year. I am super excited. We just went over the P.I.L.L method guarantee in writing, how we guarantee the numbers that people are seeing on the screen right now. And listen, how long have you been on Clubhouse?
A little over 2 years. My 2 years was last November.
Since last November. Okay.
No, since November of 2020.
Oh, since November 2020. Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah,
So,
I was saying my 2 years was last November.
All right. So you've been in a lot of rooms.
I have.
And you've heard a lot of people talk about their products and services.
Yes, I have.
Can I ask you, how many have you heard that will guarantee the results that they're trying to sell?
Maybe 1 to 2. Not very many.
Out of all of that,
not the masses.
Really?
Really?
Oh my gosh. So virtually no one is guaranteeing their results.
No, there are disclaimers about if you don't do the work and they can't be responsible for the outcome. So it's a lot of onus put on the purchaser as opposed to the seller. Right.
So here's what we just showed our people. We're showing them these numbers online. Good morning, Credit Goddess. How are you? I see you in there.
Happy Sunday.
Happy Sunday. Credit Goddess, we're just putting that out there that we guarantee our results. And we just put on the screen that these numbers that we're putting out there, if people follow our program, we will listen. Can you imagine saying to people you can get out of debt faster? And we're going to tell you the month, day, and year into the future when you're going to be done paying off all of your debt. And we guarantee those numbers. Have you seen anything like that anywhere else?
No.
Yeah. Okay. So now we're guaranteeing the numbers and we're doing it in writing. Okay. And when you put it in writing, folks, and you don't come through, listen, I've seen some stuff happen here on Clubhouse. When people are found out, what happens when people are found out and they're not doing the business they say they're doing? Miss Crystal, Miss Credit Goddess, how are they treated?
You know, your name could end up in a title. They're going to expose you. They're going to tell everybody on Clubhouse what happened from inception to ending with lots of details. And they're going to try and ping other people who they think use the product and ask for their accounts. And I mean, it can get ugly. So I would advise people to stand by what they represent.
Exactly. So ladies, I'm so glad that you're here today. I want you to take the time. I need just a quick break. The folks have been hearing me yell at them all morning already. And because I just get so excited and I may be too loud. I mean, we need you to kind of soften things up and put some rose petals in this room this morning. So if you would introduce yourselves and tell the folks what you do, I would appreciate it very much. So Miss Crystal, if you would go first, and then Miss Rose, if you would go second, I'd appreciate that very much.
Well, thank you. Good morning to everyone. My name is Crystal Armstrong, and I'm in Dallas, Texas. I am an entrepreneur. I've been in business full time almost 14 years this year that I left my job and decided to start my own journey. It's been wonderful. It's been challenging, but most of all, it's been worth it. And I am a licensed independent escrow officer in the state of Texas. I also own a mortgage consulting company, marketing consulting, as well as a luxury travel agency. And I continue to learn in this space. And I love all the information that the P.I.L.L method is teaching because it is very valuable in my industry. So thank you again for having me.
You are so welcome. Miss Rose, please.
Hey everyone, Happy New Year. My name is Rosalora Lewis, also known as Credit Goddess. I'm all things credit, credit score improvement strategist, business credit coach, NAV business loan broker, and an educator at Be Free University. So that's me in a nutshell. If you guys want to tap into me, the name is, you can text your name and email address to the name in my bio or the number in my bio at 888-557-5778. Thanks, Don.
What? Oh, wait a minute. Wait a minute.
What?
Aren't you doing some new stuff this year
A lot of stuff this year
that you haven't done before? And you're going to try to leave us with that? I don't think so. You bet you listen. Closed mouths don't get fed. You better talk your talk.
I know. Okay. I have a lot. So I don't know which one you're talking about, but I'm doing a lot, you guys. If you guys are tapping in with me, tap in with me in all platforms. I'm talking about here on Clubhouse, where I have both my club, Cream, which stands for Credit Rules Everything Around Me. Cream, get the money. So definitely tap in with me here. I'm dedicating my time just a little bit. I would say 2 hours out of the week on Clubhouse in my house called Cream, where I'm going to be hands on with you to get your credit together. Because I know a lot of people are not in the financial position to get their credit together. And let me tell you, if you're going to get your credit together, you got to have a budget as well, because there are some things that we're going to need to pay off. Credit repair doesn't wipe everything clean and remove you from obligations. We may need to do some payoffs. So if you can't afford the service, like most people are out here, most businesses are out here charging, I'm going to walk you down through it. Of course, you may need to buy a letter here or two, or maybe need to buy a workbook here and there, but with minus the monthly fees or the one-time fee that you have to put down. So if you guys are interested in that, let's get that together. It's tax season. A lot of you guys going to get your refund checks. You guys want to put that towards your down payment of your home. Let's get your credit together, because that's not something that's overnight. I also have a group on Facebook called Cream too, so you guys can tap in with me there. I'm doing Black women get funded too, and Black men get funded too, because I realize that a lot of us are not getting funding because we are not properly structured for our business to get the funding, whether it's business credit, whether it's getting your taxes together, even your credit together. So I have experts that's coming in to support you guys and guide you along the way to get your business in check so you can get the funding. I mean, there's so much. I'm doing community events locally here. I'm giving my time to people. So I'm working behind the scenes to kind of automate the business as much as I can so I can be more hands off and be more hands on to the people that need it the most. So yeah, that's that, Don.
Well,
Is there
thank you.
anything else I'm missing?
Listen. You got so much going on here. We appreciate you. We appreciate you, folks. Listen, I got some folks in here. I got at least one party hat in here. Let's see. Did she leave? Yeah, I had a party hat in here. I was going to see if I could get her to come up to the stage. All right. But anyway, folks, what we're doing here is sharing what we do and how we guarantee our results, because the guarantees are few and far between. And I've heard too many stories about people who have put their money on the line and looking for something that they didn't get. And when they meet the P.I.L.L method, they're a little gun shy to do business with us. They said, is this going to be one more time? Is this going to be one more time I'm going to pay my money and not get what I paid for? When we give them our stuff in writing, It assures them when they go online and search and find out that there are no that there's no negative words about the P.I.L.L method. When they do go to the Better Business Bureau, when they see all the positive comments, when they see that there are no negative comments, they come on board. And especially when we give them our guarantee in writing, they absolutely love it and feel assured. And the first time they call customer service and they don't get a recording, when they call customer service and somebody answers the phone to talk to them and says, listen, do you need us to bring your stuff up on the screen? Or do we need to do a go-to meeting or a Zoom so that we can work together on answering your questions? They've never had that before. And guess what? We're constantly updating our program, constantly updating it and making it better. Guess what else we don't do? We don't charge you for updates ever. You pay one time and that's it. Boom. One time and that's it. We got people that are paying off that. I got one couple on here. I'm just thinking of right now that came on in 2008. This year they're paying off their, is it their third or their fourth house? They paid for the program back then. They haven't paid a dime since. We've saved them hundreds of thousands of dollars in interest. They bought it once. And it's a gift that keeps on giving, folks. Here, let me finish this up with this particular client. And what we're talking about here is that instead of 28.8 years, we're saving them so much interest. More of their money is now going to go to principal because we're saving them the interest. They're going to be done in about 10.3 years. Boom, out of debt. The money, we're saving them $98,000 in interest they don't have to pay the bank. Folks, that's $98,000 when they signed their mortgage, okay? When they signed their mortgage, they signed that it was okay to pay the bank $98,000 in interest they don't have to pay. Miss Crystal, this is your livelihood. You go out and help people, you notarize and help them to sign their documents so that they can get their loans and refinances. Is that true?
I do. And before we reach that point, I review the documents to ensure they are in compliance. So I see it all from the beginning to the end. Okay.
So you've been doing that for a long time. And now that when you see how much interest they're going to pay, do the clients really look at that?
They don't. They look at the opportunity to get their monthly obligations to a manageable point. Well, right now, I should say, previously it was different, but in current economic conditions, more people are consolidating the credit card debt they have accumulated over the last 1.5 to 2 years, where they were more than likely living on cards. Those monthly payments have gotten overwhelming in addition to their mortgage, car notes, and student loans and other things they pay. So a lot of them are taking out the loan to consolidate all of that debt, even at a higher mortgage interest rate, because it's going to save them from those credit card interest rates.
Okay. Now we've actually met in person, haven't we?
We have
a
couple of times.
Okay. All right. You've met my wife. Okay.
I have.
I love it when you tell that story. Maybe get a chance to tell that story again.
Yeah.
but anyway, folks, here's what she gets to see all these things. But when we pointed out what actually is going on, when you take your mortgage money, do a refi, take cash out to pay off those high interest credit cards, what we also point out that what you're actually doing is you're signing up to pay that same debt. You're signing up to pay 200 and sometimes 300% interest on the debt you just paid off because you put it into your mortgage. I pointed that out to her and she sees it all the time. Listen, when I pointed that out to you, you can see it now, can't you, Crystal?
I can and I cannot unsee it. And when I have the conversation with the closers and some of the loan officers, they don't see it either. So they're literally not just, it's not, so I don't want to put out any type of misnomers that the loan officers are selling people a dream. They're literally showing you what they have been taught and trained to do, because many of them don't understand it. And I think you pointed that out as well, didn't you? That some of the mortgage professionals you talked to on the app didn't know what you're teaching.
Listen, all the mortgage professionals I've ever talked to, all right, they had no idea what they were signing the people up for. They really thought that they were helping people with these loans, because do you know how I know that? You know how I know? Because they get the same loans for themselves. All right. Listen, if you're selling refinances, selling loans to people so that they can consolidate debt, when you're in the same situation, you will go to your company and do it the same way for yourself. They do it for themselves, so they're offering the best advice that they know. But what we're doing, folks, we want you to know the truth behind what is really going on with these loans. And when I'm done with this, I'm actually going to put a situation up where we're going to show what happens when you roll in about $60,000. When you take your do a refi, take out $60,000 in cash and pay off a loan. I'm going to show you what happens when you pay those loans off. But let's finish this one up, and then we'll get into that. I need you to see this, that they're going to be out of debt in 10.3 years. Okay. And that means that we're going to save them about 18 and a half years. 18 and a half years. So in 18 and a half years, they're supposed to pay off all of this debt. They're supposed to be done in 18 and a half years, but they're going to be done early. We show them how much money they could have at the end of their original 18 and a half years. If you were to get out of this debt and then take the interest that you didn't have to pay and then invest it, in 18 years, you would turn it into an additional $611,000. And that is at 1% return on your money. I don't know anybody that would be satisfied with 1% return on their money. I mean, you can put it in a mutual fund that is very safe and get better than 1%. They could take that money and put it away. And even if it was 1%, that's $611,000 added to what they're already doing in terms of what investment products they're into at their job. We can take that money that they were supposed to pay in interest and invest it in their families and start creating generational wealth. Sometimes it is much as $1 million, folks. We've done things where we show them it's like $1 million. This one is 600,000. Let me show you. I promised to show you something else. Let me bring this up. I'm going to bring up a situation where we have a loan that we paid down to $350,000. Okay, paid it down to $350,000. It's at 6%. All right, and then somebody refinances this. Okay, all right. They were going to refinance at this point, and they're going to get it down to, and they're going to buy some points, right? And it's supposed to be over 7% now, but if they buy the points, let's say they can get it down to 4. All right. And then what happens is they usually get a new 30-year mortgage when that happens. But they're down to 350,000. All right. And now they're going to roll in $60,000 worth of debt, high interest debt, 15% interest, 20% interest. Some of their credit cards are 27%. And they feel like they're drowning with all of these payments. They can't keep up with the payments anymore. All right. So what we do, so that would mean their new loan is $410,000. Okay, $410,000. And now instead of 27%, 30% interest, they're looking at this 4% interest rate and they're thinking they're in better shape by doing it this way. All right. $410,000. Got to take a zero out. $410,000 at 4%. Here's their new payment. Oh, sorry. I hit the wrong button. 410,000 at 4%. Because you listen, it's hard to get 4%. You got to pay some money to get that now. All right. And there it is. With what they're doing, they're feeling the relief now because overall on their monthly payments, they're saving maybe $900 to $1,000 a month. Right, Crystal? And they feel the relief? Okay.
Yes, that is correct.
Right. And that's what they're getting at because they were paying out so much money. But then when they refinance this thing and pay that off that debt, their monthly obligation drops by like $800 to $1,000. And they're just so happy. But we show them what happens when you do. All right. So I need you to see this. They just rolled in that debt into here at 4%. I need you to think about now the $60,000 you just rolled into here, and now you have to pay that back to get back to the $450,000 you had when you refinanced the loan. I need you to take a look at the interest cost each and every month. On $50,000, you're now start out paying $1,300 in interest on that money you just rolled in. To get back to where you were, remember they were at $450,000, right? And then they just rolled in $60,000 worth of debt. Let me show you. Do you see where it says cumulative principal? This is what we do for our clients. We show them cumulative principal, adding up all their principal payments and then adding up all their interest payments along the way. To pay off the first $60,000, let me show you something. It's going to take, okay, all right, this is 5 years, 6 years, 7 years, and we're going to get into the 8th year where we finally pay off $60,000. 8 years and 7 years and 1, 2, 3, 4 months. Okay, 7 years and 4 months it takes to pay off 88 payments to pay off the $60,000 they just rolled in. I need you to see what just happened when they did that. They don't know that they signed up for a loan to pay off the debt that they have and pay $111,954.65 in interest on that. Folks, that's like 190% interest. Listen, you said down 190%. Yes, you borrow 60,000, right? You borrow 60,000 and you pay back the 60,000 plus $60,000 in interest. Isn't that 100% interest? And if you borrow 60,000 and you pay back 60,000 plus another 60,000, that would be $120,000 in interest. That would be 200%. But in this case, they're only paying $111,000. Listen, folks, that's like 110% interest on this loan. No, I take that back. 160% interest. 160% interest. They got rid of 30% interest, 10% interest, 15% interest on these loans so that they can turn around and pay the bank 160% interest on the loan, because this is how it is set up. They were told 4%. They were thinking 4%. They had no idea that the bank owners are locking them in to paying 160% interest on this loan. Dang it. We want people to know this. This is why we exist, because you deserve to know. And we will guarantee that we're going to give you this kind of information. Oh man, you can listen, you can share it with other people. In fact, if what you heard today If what you heard today was valuable, go to my 10K card. I want you to see something at the top of the room. Go to the 10K card and see if you'll see the first two buttons. The first two buttons. You go to the 10K card. All right. Go to the link. And the first two buttons you'll see is become an affiliate with the P.I.L.L method. Become an affiliate with the P.I.L.L method. It's free. Free. I don't charge for that. Become an affiliate with the P.I.L.L method. And then when you click on that, you just fill out some basic information like your name, your phone number, and your email. Oh, don't forget about the last part. How do you want to get paid? Cash App, Zelle, Venmo, or PayPal? You choose. What do you mean get paid, Don? Here's what I mean. You go there. You like what you heard, okay? And you want to be a part of what we're doing here as a mission. Then you sign up for free. And then when you find people who are dissatisfied with how they're paying back their debt, they want to do better than what they were doing before. They want to do better. Continue to share the room. Continue to share the room. They want to do better than what they were doing before. And then you say, go to P.I.L.L method. Go to YouTube and search P.I.L.L method. They have over a year's worth of videos there that will begin to instruct you on what's actually going on with your loans and how you could do better. Then you follow up with those people within 48 hours, no more than 48 hours. Because after 48 hours, people's interest goes way down. We found that out over the years. Even when they're coming here to the P.I.L.L method, we don't take more than 48 hours to contact people because their interest goes down. All right. So we contact them. You will contact them and say, what did you think of the information? Do you want more? And they'll say, yeah, we want more. So what you do is you fill out the second card that's right next to that. You fill out that information, refer your family and friends to the interest cancellation expert. You fill that out, put your name in to referred and any additional comments that we could use, and then we will contact them on your behalf. Once they become a client, we will send you $300. This is what we're doing in this for the whole of 2023. For the whole of 20, this is going to last for the entire year. This will not go away for the entire year, 2023. Become an affiliate for free. Direct people to our videos. Follow up with them within 48 hours, and then refer them. Now, here's how you qualify. Okay, you know you got to have some rules, right? You got to have some rules. They have to have at least $100,000 in debt and one mortgage. At least one mortgage. They can have more. They can have a lot more, but they have to have at least $100,000 in debt and at least one mortgage. If they have that, then you qualify for the referral fee. Just like that. Do you know we're getting those in already? People start filling it out right away and start sharing it with family and friends. We're helping you. You're helping, but you're also getting paid. You know, what would happen if you just had 3 of those a month? An extra $900 a month for helping people? What would that do to your bottom line? Would that keep your kids in private school? Will that pay off some debt? Will you want to know more about the P.I.L.L method so you can use that to cut your interest costs even more on your loans? And instead of getting out of debt in 7 to 9 years, an extra $900 would help you to get out maybe in 5 or 4? Lord have mercy. What did we just do? What did we just do? Miss Dion, it's so good to see you. Oh my goodness, I'm glad to see you in here. Folks, I've been going on and on and on. Does anybody have any questions or comments? Raise your hand about what we're seeing on the screen right now. All right, so now I'm going to go back. I'm going to go back to our other examples here. Okay, and let me see. Pull up, all right, what we were talking about. And let's go to this one. You're going to love this one. You're going to love this example. These are actual clients of ours. These are actual clients. Okay. So this particular client had $204,000, 204,000. All right. In mortgage and other debt. All right. We showed them what would happen in 60 months, the first 5 years. Folks, this is awesome. Have you ever thought, if you have a mortgage or student loans or credit cards right now, have you ever thought about the fact of how much interest you're actually paying? Did you know the average family pays 35 to 39% of their take-home pay on interest payments alone? That's the truth of the matter. That's the average. 35 to 39. I've seen it as high as 50% or more. Now, that's just the interest payments. I'm not talking about the entire payment. I'm just talking about the part that goes to interest. If you separate that out and add it up, we call that interest consumption in my book. Oh, by the way, get the book today. Go to Amazon and get the P.I.L.L Method book today. Get it today. It is the only book on Amazon that even begins to touch on the subject matter we're talking about today. I want to thank everyone for being here in the mortgage syndicate. If you're not a member of the mortgage syndicate, go to the greenhouse at the top right now, click that link and join. Also follow your moderators. Okay. So here's what we're doing, folks. Here's what we're doing. Oh, and join the P.I.L.L Method too. You have to click on my bio to find out where we are and join our club too. This is kind of information.
Mr. John,
Yes, ma'am.
I just wanted to clarify something before you move forward.
Please.
So you announced that you are offering a written guarantee on the P.I.L.L Method. And in addition to that, you're also offering a referral fee to anyone who sends business and they actually enroll in your program. Is that what you said a moment ago?
That's exactly what I just said.
So you're offering a guarantee and referral bonuses.
Yes.
Yeah, nobody else on Clubhouse is doing that. I can tell you that for sure.
Listen, it is important. It is important that we do what we can to make sure that we're setting us apart from everybody else, because God gave me this. I want to give it out to other people. This is my purpose in life. All right. I did not give myself autism. You know, some people call it Asperger's. Read up on it. When I first came to the app, my brand of autism, I actually find it very hard to speak to people off the cuff like this. It took months and months and months of practice to be able to come here and talk to you. I'm saying, God, why did you give this to me when if I find it so difficult to speak to people? Well, you just need to get some practice, boy. Get out there and practice and learn how to speak to people. So if you are on the spectrum, if you're in this room and you're on the spectrum and you found it like me, you found it difficult to make it through school. Some of you had to drop out of college if you deal with what I deal with. Some of you didn't finish college. Some of you didn't even think you could go and never even tried. If you have ASD, if you're autism spectrum disorder, if you have been diagnosed or even self-diagnosed, I self-diagnosed myself at first. I went to online tests to get testing for not just autism or Asperger's, but also ADD. And the tests kept coming back the same way. Yeah. You got it. Then I went to a clinician and got tested officially and found out later in life, now I'm in my 50s. Okay. At the time, I was in my 50s at the time, that I have ADHD and autism spectrum disorder. Now, the reason why they call it autism spectrum disorder, because the spectrum is so wide. When you met one person with autism, you met one person with autism. Because it presents itself in such different ways. It's a wide spectrum. But my particular brand is when I see things in pictures and patterns. When I see a golf swing, I can practically recreate it from watching it, or somebody bowl. I was on the wrestling team in school. I learned mostly from watching, and then I can something happens in my mind where I can recreate what I'm seeing and actually perform those things. When I'm looking at an amortization schedule, folks, I see pictures and patterns that people don't see. This is why I have the only book on the subject on Amazon. Get the book. Written by someone who can take a look at this thing and see what's going on behind the scenes. I can't help but see it. I'm just sharing it with you. I thank you for pointing that out, Crystal. Yes, we're not only guaranteeing your results if you become a client, but we will also give you a referral fee for sending us clients. And guess what? You don't even have to be our client to sign up to be a referral partner. Some of you don't have debt. And you can still be a referral partner. All right.
And people are naturally going to do that because once we find out about something that's great and it works, we talk about it anyway because we want to just let people know that we know about it, right? Most people like to be the first ones to introduce people to things and concepts. And so when you're having a conversation and you rave about a new restaurant you tried, or I don't know, a movie you saw or something you discovered in the community or wherever, or something that's saving you money, you want to tell other people about it. Like, hey, I didn't think this would work. I didn't know how it would go, but we had an amazing experience. Or this is what happened. We started to save this amount of money per month. People are going to just have those conversations with friends and family naturally. And when you can get paid to do it, I mean, I don't see where you can go wrong with that because you're saving money and have the option to make some money while you're doing that. And I can tell you in this business, I mean, most lenders do pay people for referrals that they send them, but they don't pay anything comparable to what they're going to make on that loan. So it's just nice to get a little something, but not always is that even the case. The big lenders do it, but not some of the smaller ones. They just appreciate the business and they'll probably send you a lot of thank you emails and thank you cards in the mail, but not actually monetizing that. So that's really awesome that you're doing that over at the P.I.L.L method.
Well, thank you so very much because I do have, I've helped my clients get HELOCs, okay, and I send them to the same place. I send them to the same bank. All right, I've helped.
Mr. Donna, you talking on mute?
Yes, I am.
I just kind of guessed. That was a long pause. I said, I'm sure he's responding, but we cannot hear you.
Thank you. I was saying that I've helped a lot of our clients get HELOCs, home equity lines of credit. I send them to the same bank here in Huntsville. Okay. I mean, millions of dollars worth of loans. You know how much, if that bank has never sent me a referral fee. And I've sent them millions of dollars in loans. So folks, what she's saying is correct. I need you to help me because I can't talk to everybody. And it would just occur to me that if you're out there telling people anyway, if you're out there showing them, go to this and listen to it, listen to the replay. If you're out there telling people to watch the videos, you might as well benefit from it too. And listen, we'd love to do that. In fact, some of you are going to do so well that you can actually get to where you're making $1,000 per referral. $1,000. Once they become a client, get paid $1,000. We'll show you how that happens too. So go ahead, sign up to be go to my 10K card. And if you're watching us online, it's don10k.com or ice10k.com, ice10k.com. Get that information. Boom. And then you can sign up to be a referral partner, and then we will send you your money on time because you are helping us spread the word. Oh man, listen, what if Nike did that? Okay. Or Prada or Givenchy or, any of those names. Oh my goodness. All right, folks. Here's let me show you what we've got here. All right. Here is $18,000. If you want to see this example, go to YouTube right now. Go to YouTube. When you get to YouTube, search P.I.L.L method, and you can see what we're talking about. You can see that on a separate device. If you have a question or a comment, please raise your hand and do that. And let me see here. 100K and debit include the mortgage. Okay, Debbie, I see what you've got. If you want to know what to do about that, I'll be glad to talk to you about it. Okay. Let me see here. I try to check the chat from time to time. People coming in and try to sell stuff. So Debbie Walker, we got you. Let's see what we can do to help you. All right. So, all right. So, this client in 5 years, they're going to pay out $56,000 of their hard-earned money. Out of that $56,000, only $18,675 goes to pay down their loan. The rest of the money, $37,000, went to interest. 37 grand. That is a lot of money. And people are signing up for it every single day, but they have no idea how much they're paying extra in interest. So this is the part I absolutely love. Listen, I need you to start sharing this part and get people in here so that they can see this. This happens a lot when we're working with our clients. I need you to focus in on this right now. In 5 years, they're supposed to pay $37,000 just to pay off 18 grand. With this particular client, we're going to show them how to pay $41,408 in to manage their loans or less. $41,408 to pay off $204,000. I want to make sure you all get this. Come on in here. Listen again. They signed a loan where they're going to pay $37,325 just to pay off $18,600 in the first 5 years. We're going to show them how they can pay $41,000 to pay off everything in 7.5 years. One more time. They signed a loan where they said it was okay to pay $37,300 in interest just to pay off $18,000 in the first 5 years. We're going to show them how to pay $41,408 and pay off everything, $204,000 in 7.5, and we guarantee those numbers. And here's the last part. The $41,408 includes their one-time investment for the program. That's interest plus their investment for the program, one time. That's it. Whew. Mercy. What else? What else can we do, folks? What else can we do? This is the most powerful debt reduction, wealth building, money management system on the planet right now, and all run by artificial intelligence and superior financial education you can't get anywhere else. And we guarantee your results, and we pay you for sharing this information. Folks, I got 7 minutes left in this whole hour. I mean, we would have been here for 2 hours. I got 7 minutes left. Listen, if you're a client and want to come and give a quick testimony, raise your hand and please do. If you're new to the room, come and say something or ask a question. I got 7 minutes left. Now's the time to ask your question or give a comment or listen, even challenge me on some of this stuff. I don't care. Raise your hand, come to the stage, and then say what you got to say, because we're down to 6 minutes now. We're down to 6 minutes and we're going to be gone. But we're coming back on Wednesday, so don't fear. We're coming back on Wednesday. And on Wednesday, what are we going to be talking about? I'm going to bring up my notes. I already said what I'm going to be talking about on Wednesday. Let me see here. The bank's math ain't mathin'. That's what we're going to be talking about Wednesday. I'm going to show you. All right, I'm going to show you more information. Miss Dion wants to come to the stage. Let's invite her up. Okay, Miss Dion, how are you doing?
Hey Don, I'm doing well. Yourself?
I am doing well. I'm doing well. What do you have to share with us in our last few minutes here?
I just wanted to share that I am a client of yours, and my husband and I are just totally blown away with this program. It's offering a solution to our problem, which is getting out of debt sooner. So every time we speak with you, we just you see it in our our call that we're just mind blown. We learn something new every time we speak with you, and just going through the program, we're actually seeing it work in real time. And we're just like, we've been doing this wrong our entire adult lives. And it's just such a blessing to have a solution to where, we'll be debt free in 4.2 years. So
4.2. Miss Dion, can I ask you to be just a little bit transparent?
yeah, sure thing.
Okay. When you first heard about this, was there any skepticism about it?
From the standpoint, I've never heard of you before. I've never heard of this method before. Never thought about thinking about this in that manner before. We learned what we learned through research and not so much what our parents knew, but simply I'm like, okay, well, why isn't this mainstream more so? So that was my kind of like hesitation on because I've never heard of you or heard of this opportunity before.
All right. And a couple other questions. Have you ever called customer support and received during work hours and received a recording?
Never. It's always a live person.
Always a live person. How about that? So, folks, it's because people only see me and they think the company is only me. I'm just a spokesperson, folks. The company is a lot larger than I am. But anyway, I want to thank you, Miss Dion, for sharing your experience with the P.I.L.L method. And I'll ask you one last question. Has everything that you've been told, have we represented the program fully and completely? And have there been any negative surprises?
No negative surprises. Everything is very transparent and researchable. So it's from now I can say it's a no-brainer, and we definitely have reached out to our family members about the opportunity to speed up that process of getting out of debt sooner. They own multiple properties in Alaska, so they are definitely interested. As soon as I heard about the affiliate opportunity, I was like, well, even before then, that's okay. You guys need to check this out because, we have homes in Alaska, and to have them paid off in 4.2 years, done.
Yeah, I didn't share that. So you said homes, not just one, but you said homes with an S?
Yes. Yes, my husband and I we were dual military. I retired in 2015. He's still on active duty, and of course, every time we PCS or move to a new state, we always buy a home, and we end up turning it into an investment property. So we've been doing this for a while. So if we found you a lot sooner,
Have mercy. Oh my goodness. Thank you so much for that, Miss Dion. We appreciate you folks. Listen, folks, we're going to get out of Dodge. I want to thank you so very much for being here. We're going to say goodbye to everybody online. All right. We're saying goodbye to everybody online. And then we're going to come back and just say goodbye to our moderators. So thank you. We're going to be right back here on Wednesday. So everybody, this is the P.I.L.L Method. My name is Don Daniel, founder. I love talking to you. Goodbye until Wednesday.